Good morning, Britain. Two teenagers have been arrested in Manchester as part of the investigation into the Texas synagogue attack by a British hostage taker.
39 years ago today.
Well, there is a reason to be cheerful for these two events, because I think, as Pippa says, viewers will know if you had held Pippa revealed last week, then, you know, get a big fridge.
Yeah.
Away with it.
Actually, I don't think I...
Had been sources who suggested the Prime Minister had been warned about this party. The rest of us, and there are some tragic examples of what they were doing at that moment. But the rest of us who perhaps weren't experiencing the tragedy were definitely experiencing that sense. We're able to come into work because we have a job in communicating with the audience. But you absolutely knew you came into work, kept away from everybody else. Didn't feel that same sense of, you know, I'm in a straitjacket of rules here and I've got to abide by it.
Especially when we talk...
You definitely not infectious.
No.
Even younger people.
Yes.
Restrictions will be lifted. I feel like, my goodness, is a Syrian is not allowed back in for 3 years. We're going to have a rule about not allowing unvaccinated people in. You should probably stick to it.
Yeah, but
one of the other, you know, this is all part of Operation Red Meat. Operable on the front of the papers this morning that Boris Johnson will put the military in charge of stemming the number of boats crossing the Channel as part of an attempt to save his premiership. She was talking about the fact that there's the compulsory licence fee. And
but why did they stop finding it? I think he does.
Which environment he plays in. I mean, one of the justifications that the Australian government gave for deporting him is that you're obsessed with it. Well, aren't you?
Morning.
Staff which could investigate if laws were broken, the Metropolitan Police, but they keep insisting they're not going to investigate.
Position. Everyone's hiding behind her, aren't they?
As just explained. And the event in the garden on the 20th of May was that they'd been working hard and he wanted to go out and thank them. Saying that as a Conservative Party member with an incredible win back in December 2019. As in May, if people do protest against the Conservative Party and they pay the price...
Well, it's January the 17th. Does that ring any bells at all for you, historically?
It's Blue Monday.
Monday, January the 17th.
No, it's Blue Monday.
Is it?
Isn't it the Monday where we're all supposed to be really, really down?
Yeah, it was the birth of breakfast television. It was 39 years ago.
It's the reason we're all here.
It's why we're here.
Maidley.
Monday, January the 17th, 1983, according to the Sunday Times yesterday, I'd forgotten, obviously, Frank Boff opened the programme with the words, "Good morning, you are watching the first edition of BBC Breakfast Time," which you went on to host.
I did indeed. Spirits on Blue Monday with that.
Look what happened to Frank Boff. But anyway, we won't go there.
OK. Also this morning, Ashley Banjo coming up a little bit later on. I mean, talk about lifting our spirits. I don't know if you saw last night's Dancing on Ice, but Bez on the ice with maracas and watermelons. Do we have pictures, Director Stewart? No, we don't.
No. You paint a wonderful picture.
Watermelon on ice. It was the maracas.
Like today is going to be John and Johannes.
Yes.
From blew all expectations away, didn't they? They just made it work from the first step when they stepped out. It was fantastic.
And they're out. They're on tour, of course, and they'll be here.
And they were very nervous about doing it. They're going to be telling us that they really had to think hard about saying yes. Will be the first same-sex.
Down at number 10 this morning. I mean, I don't know if he's there right now, but last week, as you and I went off air, we joked about the fact that Boris would need a bigger fridge, of course.
We did, yes.
And then what did we find out last week, Jonathan? They had 5 minutes past 6. Today's top story this morning. Counter-terrorism police in Manchester have arrested 2 teenagers as part of the ongoing investigation into the Texas synagogue attack by a British hostage taker.
It's a really strange story, this. Malik Faisal Akram, originally from Blackburn, was shot dead by police after taking 4 people hostage during what turned out to be a 10-hour standoff. Let's get across.
That's our main news this morning. We'll be joined by Andrew Pearce and Kevin Maguire shortly. First is Ranveer with the rest of the day's stories. There's Laura. Oh, Laura, what you're going to tell us more about? 24 minutes past 6. Laura, thanks very much indeed. Still to come on Good Morning Britain.
But first, we're going to get the news, the travel and the weather wherever you're watching.
See you in a moment. And Pippa, thank you so much. It's really, you know, it's vital work you've been doing, actually, because if the people who make the rules feel entitled to break them, we need to know about it. So, Pippa, thanks very much.
Yes, thank you, Pippa.
After 5 full days, but they need to test negative on day 5 and day 6. We'll get more on that next.
OK, you're watching Good Morning Britain on ITV. Back in a minute.